I said, Mom, what are you doing? She said, I don't know. I said, what's going on? I don't know. So every time I said, okay, we got to call. No, don't call. I said, we got to do something. Something going on. But I don't feel like nothing's going on. I said, something is wrong. I thank the Lord for how every symptom was going on. It didn't just really take her out. It was just going little by little. But I thank the Lord when she did go out, the paramedics were there. And, you know, we just went ahead and they took her on. But I thank the Lord for everything works for a reason. And I thank the Lord for how it did work is working for the good. But I keep trying to count it a blessing. I thank the Lord for Bishop Curtis, Mother Curtis, Bishop Broken Williams, Mother Williams. Thank the Lord for my husband, Ayers-Davis. Thank the Lord for my vice president, Teacher Phillips, and our husband. Thank the Lord for everyone in their respective places. Thank the Lord for a lot of people don't know. The Williams family here are my family. As they put pictures of way back in the day on the Facebook pages of Williams, all I can do is just bust up laughing. Especially when they pick them pictures of here of you in the pulpit. I remember back in the day when, do anybody remember the kiddie shoes they used to wear? That's what we used to wear back in the day. And the storefront church, those bring back a lot of memories. And some of the pictures that y'all put up, I can pull out of my pictures and pull up and look. And that brings up a lot of memories. But I thank the Lord for seeing everybody that is here. The Friendship Church from Maryland. And a lot of the churches from Alabama and Mississippi, I didn't expect to see. Because I heard a lot of people from the South wasn't going to be able to be here. But you really surprised me on this year. And no, I did not forget about Faith Tabernacle. No, I didn't forget about you. I've done a lot there too. I thank the Lord for my national ministry of music. National ministry of musicians. Thank the Lord. Bishop had to go and preach somewhere. Looked on Facebook. All of the national musicians are going to Seattle. Are there any musicians left? Sorry. I want to thank the Lord for the spirit of source of power for this week. And truly I can say the source of power has been here. And if you wasn't here on this morning, last night, I thought we was about to be gone today. I was back there in the finance room, and we had to come out. And Elder Julius Woods was our regular bishop on this morning. And I would lean over to him on last night, and I said, "You don't have to speak in the morning." He turned his head and looked. I said, "I'm talking to you." I said, "You have to speak in the morning." I knew that wasn't a mistake this morning. During Pentecost, my cousin and my auntie, they visit us from California. And I asked my cousin, I said, can my cousin Marilyn come with us to the youth convention? didn't know why I asked, but now I know why I asked. And I called her on the phone, and I said, well, I texted her first, and I said, the Lord is really working with her at the altar. I said, we didn't have to ask her, you know, push her or make her want to sing in the choir, make her come to the altar. I said, the Lord is really dealing with her at the altar when I was just texting her. And I had went back in the finance room, and someone said, come here. Come look, she's down here speaking. I said, what? And you know, I said, okay, so I came and got my phone, and you know, the parents want to know what's going on. And so I made a little video on my phone. And next thing you know, the fire kept burning a little higher. And I had to call in. And I said, you missing something. And she said, I want to hear. And she took the phone, I gave it to Joanne. She took the phone and she started walking with the phone, speaking in tongues. And I argued that somebody in the house tearing up their backyard shouting. And she said, girl, and dropped the phone, hung the phone up. And I said, by that time, I said, Audrey, I done threw my shoes all over in that corner on the wall somewhere. And Linda said, I heard somebody screaming. I knew it wasn't me. She said, it was you. I said, well, to God be the glory. I said, it was a reason, and I'm glad for that reason. I'm really glad. I'm talking, y'all, so I'm not going to be over here long. I'm looking for more of the source of power. No, I don't talk much, but I observe a lot. A lot of you know from the West, I don't talk much. And when I do what I do, I mean what I do. I don't play. I'm serious about what I do. And today, it's time to be serious because we don't have that much time left. And I don't want anybody to be faking and to be playing because this time is too short. And I chose the theme of the source of power. And as the power of the Lord was in the house, and I was back there trying to get my thoughts together. I had found most of the days in the chapel, and I said, I can't get my thoughts together. And I said, I got to leave. I didn't go to the park. I was still trying to get my thoughts together. Then everything just looked square. So, if you got your program booklet, I did put a little insert on the source of power, but tonight the Lord gave me something else. On tonight, if you want to, on the source of power, it is coming from Acts 2, 1 through 16. But the theme for tonight is the last big wave. It's coming from Acts 2:15 and Acts 2:21, Joel 2:28 through 2:32. My subtopic will be getting serious with God. Every young person can be sold out and committed to God by understanding 3 principles about a move of God. Our first principle will be there is always an outcry for repentance. Our second principle will be there is always opportunity for restoration. The third principle, there is always an outpouring of power. Do anybody remember I guess it would be back in the 90s of the Swatch watches.
Oh, amen.
In 1968, they used to make watches. They started back in 1968. They used to call them the Swiss watchmakers. And the movie got, if people would have been asked in 1968 which nation would dominate the world in watchmaking for the 1990s and into the 21st century, the answers would have been uniform. Switzerland, why? Because Switzerland had dominated the world of watchmaking for the previous 60 years. The Swiss made the best watches in the world and were committed to the constant refinement of their expertise. It was the Swiss who came forward with the minute hand and the second hand. They led the world in discovering better ways to manufacture the gears, hearing, and mainsprings of watches. They even led the way in waterproofing techniques and self-winding models. By 1968, the Swiss made 65% of all watches sold in the world, and laid claim to as much as 90% of the profit. In 1980, however, they had laid off thousands of watchmakers and controlled less than 10% of the world market. Their profit denominations dropped to less than 20% between 1979 and 1989. 50,000 of the 62,000 Swiss watchmakers lost their jobs. Why? The Swiss had refused to consider a new development. The quartz movement, ironically invented by a Swiss, because it had no mainspring or knot. It was rejected. It was too much of a shift for them to embrace Seiko. On the other hand, accepted it, and along with a few other companies, became the leader of the watch industry. The lesson of the Swiss watchmakers is profound. A past that was so profitable, so dominant, was destroyed by an unwillingness to consider the future. It was more than not being able to make predictions. It was an inability to rethink. How did the business go? Past success had blinded them to the importance of seeing the implications of the changing world, and to admit that past accomplishments was no guarantee of future success. Many young people and people are this way in the Spirit of God, or